Okay, friends, let's get started with today's content, which is about performance tuning in the year 2025. Now, all of us are working with SQL Server in different capacities as developers, DBAs, practitioners. Some of us have just started, some of us have years of experience, and we are always constantly looking for ways on how we can be more productive. The whole idea is if there is a performance issue, if there is a query tuning issue, if the query is running slow, all of us have one objective to get to the root cause of the problem as quickly as possible. And I'm constantly brainstorming on these things. When you work in an environment for a long time, you have you're very knowledgeable about your deployment, about your databases, about the workloads that are running, about the frequent problems that you see, and you're so much learned about your environment that when you have a performance issue you can straight away point to the root cause. That happens so many times. But there are people in your organization, in your team, who may not be as smart as you are, because they might be new or they might be dealing with a lot of different things. So we are talking about a lot of these tools and techniques that can get you to the root cause quickly. And that is the whole idea of today's content, which is I will show you the long drawn approach and I'm going to show you some shortcuts as well. I'm also going to show you solutions and I'm also going to show you workarounds. So performance tuning is a huge subject. Query tuning is so huge, and we can just talk about, and I can demo you for hours and hours and hours. But then in this limited time of about 40 to 45 minutes, let me see what best I can do you and how much content I can show you. The idea is to show you some real world scenarios and examples so that you get the message across. Okay, so let's get started with the first demonstration, SQL Server performance tuning in the year 2025. I am going to open up a report here and I want to execute this report. This report is, let's say, a business report which is running against this database AdventureWorks 2016. Okay, before I begin with the demo, are you all there with me? Yes? Shall I start the demo in the chat window? If you can just give me a green signal, because I was talking about a lot of different things earlier, so you might have gone off to sleep. Okay, yeah, good. All of you are awake. Yeah, good. Let's get started. So AdventureWorks 2016, I have this report. I am going to fire this business report. And the whole idea is, let's assume that this is a mission critical report and should run in just, very quickly in a few seconds. Okay, let's go and execute this report now. I'm going to, oops, error right in the first time. Let's change the database context to 2016 and let's go and execute the report now. Let's go and do this. And we are going to see how much time this takes. So when I execute this, this takes about 3 seconds. Let's go and execute this again. And now the data is cached. It might just take a little, go a little quicker. Yes, it takes about 2 seconds. So this is what you can see in the status bar, about 2 seconds. Each time when you're running this report, it all looks good, right? And if you just see, everything is good. But now, this is not always the scenario. We are looking at a situation where sometimes this report takes much longer to run. Now everything is running fine. But imagine a situation where SQL Server is stressed out. There are a lot of other workloads running, a lot of users connected, and there's heavy activity going on with SQL Server. Now, if I go into the task manager here, and I just wanted to look at how busy my SQL Server is, and the easiest indicator right now, and a simplified indicator could be looking at the CPU usage overall. Well, I know that SQL Server is the only major server process that is running on this box right now, and I can see CPU utilization is pretty minimal. Let's go there and run this report once again, and you will see, as expected, there will be a quick spike out there for the execution of this report. So this report is CPU intensive, right? So look at this. The report is CPU intensive. When the report runs for that brief period of 2 seconds or 3 seconds, it spikes out. And then once the execution is complete, the spike dies down, which is what is expected. Now, let's go and stress SQL Server with some activity, okay? And let's go and add a few users who will be doing a variety of different things. And if you go and look into the task manager, now the task manager will show you consistent 100% CPU usage. You can see that in the graph there. Now, if I go and run my report, let's say all of you are business users who are wanting to run this report. And now when you start running this report, it takes slightly longer. How much time is this taking now? Okay, now this takes about 7 seconds. Okay, so let's go and run this once more. Okay, 7 seconds. Okay, now again 2 seconds. So let's go and run this. Okay, we'll go and execute this one, 6 users once more. And let's go and run the report again. So briefly, you saw that this execution took about 7 seconds earlier. Now, when you are running this again, it's about 8 seconds or so. Okay, let's go and close all of this. Now, the situation is, of course, this is an engineered demo. I have done a few things so that I can demonstrate and send the message across to you. I could easily make this 8 seconds as, 80 seconds or even 8 minutes. You could really bombard SQL Server so badly that the execution can take just longer and longer and longer. If I do that, that will be waste of your time on my webinar here. The idea is an execution that should complete in about 2 to 3 seconds takes about close to 10 seconds, and you want to figure out what is going wrong. Now, look at the problem here. The problem is that the window is so small. In real-time troubleshooting, you just get about these few seconds to just go and troubleshoot what is happening with this workload. Now, you might not be glued to the screen all the time that, when this report is running in, and quickly within a few seconds, you launch your troubleshooting tools and figure out, oh, what was this workload waiting on, or why is just taking longer, etc. So you have to go back to some kind of handy tools so that you can go back in time, you can go back in history and look at what was happening. Okay. Now, I will troubleshoot this now, okay? And I'm going to show you different techniques, different ways on how you can find out what was going on. And for those of you who really want to dive deeper into SQL Server performance tuning, if you allow me, I will just show you this. This is the landing page, the link that I've given you, friends. And those who want to just kind of stick around for me to show this to you very quickly. This is I hope you could see the landing page. The link is up there. Take this one, Jan 2025 batch. You click on this one, and yeah, you have all the details here, everything that you want to know about the course, and you get lifetime access here. There are video testimonials by our participants. Do see the testimonials here about people who attended the live class, even previous batches. Everything, of course, explore and evaluate, and feel free to make a subscription. The best part is lifetime access. So you have the content and you can just watch it as many times as you want. If you want to watch the remainder part of the webinar and all the remaining demos, you can subscribe to the webinar on SQLmaestros.com and get lifetime access to the recorded webinar. All you have to do is just go to SQLmaestros.com, click on the recorded webinar section and get access to all the webinar recordings. There are many of them. Some of these webinars are free and some of them are very nominally priced. So the ones that you're interested in, you can subscribe to them and get lifetime access. Now, because there are so many webinars, subscribing to each webinar might be a bit cumbersome. So we have another option, which is SQL Maestros membership. So the first link on SQL Maestros says join. If you click on that, it will bring you to SQL Maestros membership. Things are very simple. There are two membership levels. The first level is free, where you get access to all the free webinars and all our tutorials and demos, more than 200, 300 demos and tutorials. All you have to do is just become a free member. You're paying nothing and you get access to all of them. So you don't have to go and subscribe to each webinar individually. Just become a free member and then explore the free video lobby. So if you go to the video lobby here, there is something called as free content, where you get access to all of that. But then all of us are interested in advanced content, isn't it? And that is where premium membership comes into play. So the webinars that are paid, and there are many advanced tutorials and demos. If you want access to all of them, you can become a premium member and pay a nominal price, which is annual membership. Once you do that, you can explore the premium video lobby. If you go to the premium video lobby from here, or just go to the video lobby and click on premium content, you can see all the paid webinars and all the advanced tutorials and demos, and get access to all of them with your annual membership. Anyway, choice is yours. There's a lot of content on SQLmaestros.com, and you can also explore the YouTube membership level as well. So you have free content on YouTube channel, and you can also join and become a member of SQL Maestros on YouTube, where you can pay a monthly fee, get access to all the paid webinars and advanced content. So in summary, you can go to SQLmaestros.com and become a member, or you can become a member on YouTube also. Becoming a member on SQLmaestros.com turns out to be a little cost effective with the annual membership in comparison to YouTube monthly membership. But anyway, choice is yours, whichever platform you wish to use. Happy SQL.